actually developed there, Gemma?
It sounds delicious. And you might want to pack that in your lunch, because this is what we're talking about today. We want to bring a healthy lunch to work, but for various reasons you end up grabbing something unhealthy
or forgetting
it or just going to the drive-thru. That's me. Registered dietitian Andrea Hollingworth joins us this morning to explain why we have such a tough time packing a nutritious lunch for ourselves and what we can do about it. Hi, Andrea. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
I like your display. Where do we start here?
Where do we start? Well,
why should I care about packing a healthy lunch?
I know. Well, breakfast and lunch are both tied for first place as the most important meal of the day.
Not just breakfast.
If you go to work, because we need to have good energy, blood sugar levels, fueling creativity, performance, and concentration at work. Same as kids, adults need the same sort of thing.
Okay.
The challenge is often people have an idea of what a healthy lunch is, but they're actually not doing it. So today, rather than bring a display of lunch ideas, I wanted to talk about some lunch hacks to get people in the habit of how you could become an awesome lunch packer.
Okay, so what are the components here?
Okay, so I want to start over here because you're probably wondering, what is the 66
Countdown
days
to Christmas?
all about? And this one might seem a little bit daunting when I share with you that it doesn't just take 21 days to change a habit. On average, the research shows the average is 66 days. And so I don't want you to be defeated thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do this.
That's a long time.
What I want you to know is somewhere between, and the average was 18 days to 254 days to anchor a new lifestyle habit with respect to eating and activity. So I tell you this because I don't want you to lose faith. If you burned out over the first week and it didn't go well, get back on the horse and start again on Monday, because you need to practice it long enough and build the planning muscle for your lunch for a lot longer than people think.
Okay, so give us some tips on how to do that for 66 days.
I know. So, one tip that works really well, a couple of years ago I had a client that had this beautiful fruit bowl at home, but was never eating fruit because he was always at the office. And so what we did was we brought his fruit bowl to work and we put it on the corner of his desk. And the reason this works well is two things. Number one, it's a visual cue.
Okay.
What we know from food psychology is the more you see something, the more likely you are to actually do it. So if your fruit's hidden in the fridge at work, or if it's at home or in your car, you're probably going to eat less of it. And so we decided, great, let's bring it, put it on the corner of the desk. We're going to put 10 pieces of fruit in there on a Monday because he's not a planner. Packing once on a Monday, way better than trying to remember to bring fruit every single day.
And then every day you just have a couple of pieces. By the end of the week, the bowl's empty.
By the end of the week, the goal is that bowl is depleted.
That is a great idea.
So same thing can work with vegetables. So if you're not great at packing vegetables every day, and a lot of people aren't, but they know they need to eat more of them, then think about how could I create 10 little or 5 little containers of veggies, or like one big container that I could have a few of every single day and pack that on a Monday. So it's not so tedious from a planning perspective.
And the dry fruit is just as good as the fresh fruit.
It's a good backup.
Something like apples can stay on your desk all
exactly.
week.
So you might start with like the strawberries and grapes first and then move on to the other things as the week goes on.
Okay, let's go over there and talk about the frozen meals.
Yeah, so again, when we work with people one-on-one about a lunch packing strategy, the first thing we ask and try to define is what your food personality profile is. And so what I mean by that is, what is actually going to work? Some people don't mind packing a sandwich and a small little bag of veggies or something. I would personally find that boring, and I personally don't find it satisfying because my food personality profile likes warm food at lunch. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be appealing, and I wouldn't want to pack it. I wouldn't want to eat it.
Exactly.
And so if I have leftovers, great. If I don't, there's always going to be sort of a draw of frozen things in my freezer. So cook once, eat twice always, or eat 3 or 4 times. So if you're making a soup, triple the batch so that you have enough. If you're making a stew, a curry, always making a little extra to pop in your freezer. So I don't know, I got 6 different options here I could choose from.
We quickly have to wrap, but you were talking to me back there about sharing your meals with a coworker.
That's another great hack that's worked well for some of our clients. So pack a lunch and take a lunch. So what we mean by that strategy is, could you find a colleague that's kind of a healthy eater that maybe you have similar likes and dislikes, and say, I'll pack you a lunch on a Monday if you pack me a lunch on a Wednesday. Divide and conquer, and it's way more fun, and you'll be a little bit more accountable to make sure that lunch is pretty good because you know you got somebody else involved.
I love it. Thank you so much, Andrea. 66 days to get into a healthy habit. you can do it, right? For more information, go to Andrea's website, healthstandnutrition.com. Some scouts camping in